So here, after seeing the trend reversal that I've always taught you in one of my videos, I was watching. I was explaining to you, let me mute the notifications, so in one of the videos I was explaining to you, right. I was saying, when there's a trend reversal and the price is moving like this, and it shows an inability to continue, here you can see the trend reversal, right. You can see it. I explained this to you about Bitcoin in the previous video. I said, when you want to buy Bitcoin and enter its bullish trend, you should wait for the bearish trend that has started to come to an end. How does it end? With this inability to continue, or with a reversal extension or correction, these two scenarios, as we said, change the trend. What happened here? Right now, we're working on this in the 1-minute time frame on Telma. Did it happen? What I explained to you was on Bitcoin's daily chart, but it doesn't make a difference. Trends change in this way. Here, we saw that this downtrend that had formed turned into buying with an inability to continue downward. It made a bullish extension. We just opened the charts around here, but if we had opened them earlier, you could have caught this move as well. Then it made a correction like this. After this candle formed, I entered a bit late, but you could have entered after this candle. Here, I entered a little higher, but since I entered a bit higher, my stop loss was set. If I had entered here, my stop loss would have been set behind this candle, right here. But since I entered with the next candle, my stop loss goes right behind that same candle, okay. These are the points you always need to write down. Now, let's see how we can manage the position. So you understood the reasons and recognized the trend change. This is a correction, why is it like this? It's given us something really strange, but that's okay. When I went against it, because it started with a candle like this, two small candles, then an AZ, a bullish engulfing candle, and then we saw that this shows it was a correction. When it reacted like this, if it wasn't a correction and was an extension, it would have continued with small candles or kept going with big candles. These lessons I've taught you, now, if this breaks through and goes up, let's see how much profit it gives. It's already given $85 profit as it moves higher. Now, I'll move my stop loss to my entry point, just behind this candle that formed here. Alright, if the price comes and fills the body of this candle here, I'll move my stop loss up to here. Where do I move it? Right behind this level that has formed here for us, so we become risk-free. No matter what happens, we won't take a loss. Sure, we might miss out on some profit. If our risk-free level gets hit, we won't lose anything, so we can trade with peace of mind. Here, it filled in this candle, so now I set my stop loss. Right now, my stop loss is at my entry point, and that's $240. We're in profit, let me clear this. So, did you see how we identified the direction? If your perspective matches the right direction, that's the result you get. Profit means the only thing you need to do is correctly predict both the outcome and the direction. Sorry, I'm going to take some partial profit here. Here, I've just taken some partial profit. Let's move the rest of the position forward step by step together. I'm going to bring my stop loss and set it here. With a bit of distance from this candle, this is the way you drag your stop loss onto the chart to adjust it. For a while, the road was messed up and we couldn't adjust it on the chart, but now we can easily move it up and down again, and it's still moving in our profit. Here, yeah, if the position reaches this level, I'll cash out the position. I'll close out completely whatever amount we're in, and let's see, yeah, it had already filled the movements here. If it reclaims this shadow one more time, I should also make my own exit, and as we've seen, we're using the movement visually. Now, just set a take profit here, so whatever happens in the market. With the same amount we're in, we'll either exit with a $61 profit, or take a $146 profit. It's one of these two scenarios, and actually, we could have entered even more timely. Guys, we could have entered right here. I was a bit late to open the trade. The price had already moved and shot up. Otherwise, we could have made even more profit than these two scenarios. In any case, This way we were able to correctly identify the market direction and predict which side would take over, so we could go along with it. Right there it hit the stop loss, and at this point, the level didn't hold for us. The shadow was already filled in. I had to close my position so we wouldn't risk the shadow being taken back. Unless it wants to reclaim the shadow. Then, next time, we'll close the position right there again. It would have been better to keep the stop loss we had, because it could have taken a sharp drop right from there. So, did you get how it works from here? Up to this point, we were following the price from here to this spot. By correctly identifying the shift from a downtrend to an uptrend. Just remember, if you're trading like this, you need to move your stop loss behind the price, just like I did. If you had entered a bit faster, you could have moved towards your target with more precision. It hit our target too, but we didn't exit the position. There was a wick, then it came back down. Let me check, the momentum was filled here. Let's see. Here, the momentum we had, and I drew it out, was traded on this move. It filled the momentum exactly, just a little bit, yeah. Here, it filled the momentum. Here, you should set your target, the momentum that you measured. If you want to just take profit from that single move, set a target here for the new leg. On the 1 minute time frame, because it comes and hits quickly, it creates a wick like this. So, what was the result now? The result was that it didn't even come back to reclaim this wick. Right from here, it made a quick extension move, so our stop loss was in the right place. That's right, but we made a mistake and didn't exit at the right time. We forgot to set the target above where this momentum filled, but our stop loss was in the right place. We stayed in, hoping that maybe it would come back and reclaim the wick again. In the market, our stop loss would get hit down here, or some people even move their stop loss. They set their stop loss down here, and it would get hit right away, so they'd exit the position with a loss. We put the stop loss in the right place. Now, here we were a bit late to set this target. We could have taken profit equal to the size of this move. That was just a mistake where we were a few seconds late. If I had set that target, since I'm both explaining and trading at the same time. I'm trading on the 1 minute time frame, so things can move a bit faster, but the main point I'm trying to make here is, set your stop loss in the right place. Don't say, just because I didn't exit here, I shouldn't move my stop loss lower and wait for it to come back before exiting. No, if you reach this point, if it gets to the point where you set your stop loss, the price will turn around and drop like this, heading downwards. So that's that. I hope you really understand these educational points well. The things I'm telling you are very important and will really help you out. So make sure to subscribe and like on this path. And don't forget the bell so that you can join me for the next tutorials as well. Much respect, have a good night.